Well, it has been a long time, hasn't it? It's been a minute at least since I've sat down to make a video like this. Several of you, and thank you for such, have reached out, have been checking in on me, trying to make sure I'm okay, trying to make sure that something hasn't gone wrong with my health or otherwise. And I just wanted to pause and let everybody know I'm fine. I'm okay. I did choose to take a break. That comes about for several reasons. One of those reasons, not the main one, but one of those reasons is just being a YouTube creator, believe it or not, is pretty difficult. It takes a ton of time out of my schedule. I spend on average 4 to 5 hours per video just kind of shooting or planning, I should say, shooting, editing those videos, turn around and upload the video. And of course, I love to participate in the comments below the videos. I try to read every single one of them. I try to answer most of them. And that's very time consuming. So as you can imagine, when I put out a video, that kind of adds to my work schedule. You know, the moment that video goes out, it changes what I've got going on. I get comments constantly on my older videos, but when I put out a new video, that's a new set of things to deal with. And I enjoy that 100%. And you are the cause of that. I appreciate all of you who continue to support, to encourage, to reach out, to keep the conversation going. That's absolutely awesome. And I can't thank you enough for that. But it's kind of time consuming. And as it kind of winds down the end of my children's school year, and we're trying to close some things out with that and get ready for them to be out for the summer and to enjoy our time and maybe have some vacation time and stuff like that. I just kind of took a pause for a minute and to reflect and to refocus on that. In addition to that, and more importantly, mainly, the reason I haven't done a lot of videos lately is I've been just kind of reeling back, more or less. The loss of a great friend of the program, my personal friend, Bailey Craig. Many of you might be able to look back in the videos 2 videos ago. I've only done 1 video since, but 2 videos ago, I asked you to pray for Bailey. And tons of you did. I can tell by the view count. I can tell by the comments, the thumbs ups and downs, and all the people that reached out to pray for Bailey and her family. I definitely must thank you for that. So thank you for doing that. That's tremendous to them and has been. But of course, Bailey passed away shortly after that. And I had someone the other day ask me, said, well, do you feel like God answered your prayer? I said, well, he didn't answer the prayer or my prayer or anyone's prayers probably in the way that we thought that he could, or maybe even should, but he did answer the prayers. I don't know exactly what all God has done or will do with Bailey's life, but I can tell you what he's done with her in my life, and that is he's impacted me. And so if it's for no other reason than for the fact that when she passed, it kind of sobered me as far as, trying to reset, trying to rethink my life and to consider the fact that we as transplant patients, we kind of, right on that razor's edge between life and death. And it makes a difference. It's a kick in the gut, and that's not a negative thing. If you take it negatively, it can be, but I take it as a positive note, to just a reminder to refocus, to resettle, to reconsider, what all life I have and what life I may have left, and to take advantage of it. So I've kind of been doing some more of that, honestly. Been spending more time with my friends, my family, just doing that. And you all are my friends too, but I just haven't felt like making as many videos lately. That's just the honest truth about it. And Bailey's not the only person that's ever impacted me like that. There have been a ton of those that have come up through time. I won't even begin to name those names, the people that I've lost. But again, being in the position that I've taken on, transplant helper, puts me in a position where the majority of my friends are chronically or critically ill. And you lose a lot of friends that way. It is what it is. I'm sure many of you understand that as well. You're a part of the transplant community as well. And you probably met people through social media or even face-to-face in clinic or in hospital that, you see them come, you see them go. And it's painful because, again, it's that reality of the life that we live. And so Bailey made a huge impact. In addition to that, I am less than a week away from one of my best friends in the transplant community's passing anniversary, Joni Badgett. And I've missed Joni since the day she left this life, and I've I did a tribute video to her back some years ago when she did pass, and it happens to be that the anniversary of her passing is my transplant anniversary. So at a time when typically, especially in the past, I would have been celebrating that day, losing Joni on May the 23rd, my transplant anniversary has made those days a little bit more difficult, to be honest. And so I plan, hopefully and Lord willing, to make a video again this year on my 10th year anniversary to celebrate and commemorate my donor. And I'm definitely thankful. I'm blessed to have had my 10 years of additional opportunity. That's what I refer to it as, life, but opportunity given to me as a result of my donor. But there's always a little bit extra pain that comes along with not just the losing of Joni and all, but the passing of other friends throughout time. It's a weird place to be in, when you almost have that survivor's guilt, that bit of remorse that comes in because you continue to live and they weren't able to. God didn't choose that for them, and I don't know why He chooses me, but I've been here 10 years. I mean, almost a week from 10 years. And so I've kind of just been, again, taking a pause. But the last video that I did was basically a review of an article that was out at that time, I think in the New York Times, written by a friend of the program, Amy. Amy also passed away, and that was what her article was about. And you probably saw her. She was on the national news, some of the morning programs and such. Most of that was pre-recorded, by the way, and she was talking about transplant and its shortcomings, if you will, and its challenges that come along with it. And the fact that transplant is a treatment, not a cure. It's not perfect. And the fact that we need some medical advancement to come along, the process maybe in some of that advancement to be more focused and to speed up so that things can get better. We've pretty much had this similar, not the same, but similar transplant protocol for the last 40 years. And although there have been some advancements, there have been a few new medications come out, and obviously there's some learning that went along with that. But things have not improved at a fast enough rate. And that's what Amy stood for fighting for. There are a number of people, and I'm thrilled with this. Even though for a long time I kind of felt like I was on an island on these videos talking about the shortfalls of transplant, the difficulties, the hardships that come with that. There are people now who are getting on Facebook Live and YouTube and other places, and they're speaking out. And so I would encourage you to do the same. Let's speak out. Let's stand up and let's say, look, it's time to advance. It's time to make this process a little bit better. We are not unhappy with the life that we've been given. We're not unhappy at all with the gift that we've received. We're thrilled with that. We're blessed. But at the same time, who wouldn't want, if given an option, do you want to live 10 years or 20 years after your transplant? Do you want to live 20 years or 30 years? Who wouldn't choose the latter? If I were only given the option to live 2 days after transplant versus 5 days, I'd pick 5. I mean, that's just the way that it is. And so we're going to need some assistance. We're going to need some help to be able to do that. And so I want to encourage you to stand up. If you blog, I can't hardly say that, blog. If you write, if you vlog, that's the V, do video. If you just, you tweet, you post, whatever it is you can do to let the world know that we would like to see some medical advancement. Just as everybody wants to see a cure for cancer, or at least treatments being improved. Everybody wants to see a cure for diabetes, or you name the number of diseases and illnesses that we want to advance in. Sure. But transplant is one of those that is special to us. And so I think that's what my videos are going to be focused on probably for a little while, if you can excuse me for that. I'm going to be advocating for that. I'm going to be talking more openly about the shortcomings of transplant and the difficulties that come with being a transplant recipient, the medication side effects, all that. I've done videos on that in the past, and for the most part, I've been well received, but I'm kind of like Amy was. If you didn't read the article, I'll try to link it below. You can go back and read that. But that's kind of like what Amy was saying. Amy was saying that when she said anything that was negative, she got accused of complaining and of not being thankful for her gift. I've been there, done that. I've had a ton of support, but I've had a handful of people that said, "Oh, you just need to be quiet and be thankful." Hey, I am thankful, and I know you are as well. So this has been kind of a rambling video. I may even title it my Ramble. Maybe that's what the thumbnail may say that. And when I sit down to finish this up, but I want to encourage you to continue to pray for those families that have lost loved ones lately. The Craig family, for example, and all the families that face difficulties in their lives right now for whatever reason, particularly for transplant patient type stuff. But pray for all those people. Pray for me. Again, my transplant anniversary is 6 days away right now, I think. It's right at 6. Depends on when I post this video. It might be 5. But it's coming up soon, and I'm thankful for it. I'm going to celebrate it. But I want you to be praying already for my donor family. His name was Dickie. Pray for his entire family because 10 years for me, this wonderful gift is 10 years of their mourning the loss. And it doesn't get any easier. I know that it doesn't. But pray for everyone around you. There's a better way of putting it. Just pray for everybody. Why not do that? But thank you for watching this, if you watched this ramble. So that's the 2 points there. Pray and, stand up. Advocate for transplant. And let's make things better together. We'll see you in a few days. I'll get some videos put out, and we'll get together. But until then, stay stronger, my friend.